Hey everybody, what's up? So yeah, look, you caught me in a studio. We are in Nicaragua in my home in Granada, and I finally found a place to rent where I am using the garage for an art studio. And as many of you know, I am no longer making my porcelain ceramics, but I still have to make some art here and there. And so since it's the holiday season, I thought we could make some very adorable little Christmas trees. Right? Look at those. This one is covered in gold foil, and so is this one. This one is, this is kind of like a Whoville tree, right? And I added some doodads to it, and so you can see that there. Whoa, maybe not so close. We'll get up close. I'll get some good pictures. But yeah, oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, they have some Chinese stores here in Granada, and man, they have got some doodads. I ended up buying, I gotta reach way out here. All right, there we go. I found, look at this, boxes of tiny doodads. I'm a serious painter and, an artist and potter and everything, but, I like to get my doodads on too. Crafty things are really fun. So we got these. These ones have little tiny stars in them. You can't see them real well, but, and then I got these guys, and these also, let's see, these are just, there you go. They look like little, sort of like rhinestones. I think all of these things are really to use on fingernails. And yes, I have something I was never able to have when I was throwing pottery, and that is these lovely paws. Yes, and they are mine. They just, I just have this gel. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That was not meant. This is this really cool stuff. They call it rubber gel here, but I got it in Europe, and it's just like, it's like this real hard polish that's just awesome, because my nails are very, very soft and thin, and like I said, when I was throwing pottery and everything, I was never able to have them. And they're not the easiest thing to use right now, because we're going to be using Sculpey clay, Fimo, Sculpey, whatever you want to call it. This is an off-brand that I got on Amazon. It was cheap. There's a lot of colors in it. Gosh, I think I got maybe there were like 100 of these in it. I'll put a link to it in the description. But I do also have, I have some blocks of Sculpey, I have some blocks of Fimo, and, there are people who use this stuff professionally, and I'm not that person, and so I guess when you use those other ones, when you use Sculpey and Fimo and such, it has to be conditioned and everything before you use it. You have to break it into little pieces, and then you have to work it and blah, blah. And, I'm just the kind of person that when I sit down to do something, I just want to be able to do it. That's why, like, when I do a painting, I don't sketch, at least not with a pencil. I just go right to using some acrylic paint. I use, I just make like a gray, and I'll use a thin brush, just to sketch with the paint right onto the canvas. I guess I'm just kind of impatient that way. So anyway, yeah, so that's what these guys are made out of. So you see there's the Sculpey, okay? And this is, like I said, gold foil on the outside. The only thing with these, this Sculpey collection that you get is there's a lot of colors, which is great, if you want to, make different things. But, there's not enough really like of one color, like if you want to do a green Christmas tree or, whatever. So I just thought it would be fun and more holiday-like to cover it and, get our shininess on. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use any colors you want, Sculpey, cheap Fimo, whatever we want to call this. Like I said, I'll put a link to where you can buy it. But I like this because not only is it cheap, but it comes right out of the package ready to go. You don't have to do a lot of kneading and all that business. You don't have to break it up and work it. I mean, because, you know, gosh, my finger, I was using the other stuff and my fingers were getting tired just doing that. But look, I mean, there you go. It's pliable right out of the package. So yeah, we're gonna use this stuff. Okay, so yeah, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to make these cute little trees. I'm gonna show you how to do the shape. These I made to look a little more like Whoville trees. I have a friend here who's very not artistic, and I was just like kind of messing around, had them on my fingers, so I was showing them to people, and she was like, "What are those?" What did she think? Oh, she thought they were like witchy fingers. And I guess you could do that. You could use these at Halloween too. Like what I'm gonna show you, you can make them smaller, and you know, if you wanna make your kids some witchy fingers at Halloween or something, you could do that too, I guess, you know? So, no, they're not witchy fingers. They're like Whoville Christmas trees. You can also make them a little more straight like this one. And just use your imagination, do whatever you want. You know, it's art. So yeah, whatever I'm gonna show you, you can change and make it how you like it, right? So these I put the doodads on, this one, and also this one is much smaller. I was experimenting with smaller coils, and you see I put the doodads on there. And also, like when you compare them though, you'll notice that this one is so much shinier than this. That's because I was experimenting to see which one I liked better with the gold foil or gold paint on them. And I don't know, which one do you like? I like them both. And I think now this one with the gold paint, I just went right over the Sculpey color. So it might not be as bright as it could be. So I think the next one I'm going to use, I think I have gesso. Yes, I do. I'm gonna paint white gesso over it first and then put the gold on, and we'll see how it goes. So, okay, without further ado, let's make us some coil Christmas trees. They're really easy. I mean, really, like you probably made coil pots when you were a kid at summer camp, and all we're doing is rolling coils, and we're gonna stack them on top of each other and make Christmas trees, okay? All right, I gotta change the camera so you can see what I'm doing, and I'll be right back, okay? So, okay, so for this project, all we are going to need is to make a tree, to make the little bit larger tree, excuse my voice, about this big, which is like that, so for size. We're gonna use about 3 of these packages for the tree itself. And as far as tools, you need these mostly. And I just have a couple of little things that came with the clay. Nothing fancy. You got this thing here that can just, you know, kind of smooth a bit and help you join things. And this one, I didn't use it too much, but this is good to get into little places, you know, if you met, you'll see. And then we're not rolling anything, but if we have to, I've just got a couple, I've got popsicle sticks glued taped together, but I'm gonna put those out of the way. We're not using those. And definitely want to have your trusty X-Acto knife. And then I also just have a couple of soft paint brushes, and these will come in handy to apply the gold leaf or to paint with the gold paint, if we're gonna do that. And then I have the imitation gold leaf, okay? I got 2 packages of it that came. It's the ice cream man. Granada, it's such a simple life here. It's like living in we say it's like living in 1965 with internet. It really is. It's a very, very simple way of life here. And you still get the ice cream man going down the street with the bells. But I don't go out and buy ice cream. Anyway, so I got 2. So I got this one and this one that has of no name on Amazon. They each have about 100 sheets in them, and they were super cheap, like $5, $6 each. So you can't beat that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Very simple. And I already showed you the doodads that we might use. And then the only other thing that you might want to have on hand if you're going to use the doodads is, where did it go? I have I have this little Gorilla Glue. And also I found these straight pins or push pins, whatever, that have those, you know, nice big knobs on them. And then in my box of stuff this morning, I also found these little ones. So I'm gonna see how those look. So, okay, and now without further ado, let's start making some Christmas trees. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is to, the easiest thing to do is I'm just gonna cut these little pieces here. Okay, and so when I'm going to make the base of my tree, it's obviously going to be the widest part. And so I'm gonna squeeze this together. Okay, now to roll a coil, to roll an even coil, I want to use this part of my hand mostly. This is the part that I'm going to put onto the clay, and I'm just going to go back and forth. And as it gets longer, I'm going to move my hand back and forth with the coil. So you're not going to be able to see me, you know, actually rolling it. You will see it when it starts to come out on either side. I am going to roll this to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. And we're going to make it mostly even, but at the end, I'm going to make it just a little bit thinner at one end so that it'll lay nicely on top of each other as we're coiling. Okay, so here we go. So you see my hand going back and forth? And now I'm going up into my fingers. Same thing, okay? And you're trying to apply even pressure. You don't want to, you know, if you mush down on this, it's going to mush, right? See, I mushed it. Oh, also, you can use a piece of ceramic tile if you want to. You could use a piece of glass to roll on. You could just use a piece of plastic. I'm going right on the table, one, because it doesn't stick, and two, this has a tiny bit of texture in it, and I don't mind it. But if you want your piece to be, you know, really, really smooth and everything, then you want to, you know, you could use one of those things. So you see my Diakachimba t-shirt here that I'm wearing. Diakachimba is a saying in Nicaragua. It's like Costa Rica Pura Vida. It's like good life, great life. Diakachimba. Diakachimba, Nicaragua. Okay, so now you see how I'm using all my fingers here, not pressing down, going back and forth. And I'm going to want the thicker, I'm going to want the bottom to be the thickest part, have the thickest coils. Okay, now if you see that you're not exactly even in places, just go to the place where you're not really even, okay? You see I'm a little fatter here than I am here. So I'm just gonna go there, put all my fingers down. Keep moving your fingers down, back and forth, right? Okay, so I want it to be about 1/4 of an inch, so there we go. Yep, very good. And now I'm just gonna roll this end just to be a little bit thinner than the rest. Okay, see that? Okay, let's do another one. Just putting that aside. Whoops, table's moving. So you see I'm starting off with this part of my hand, that part right there. Starting off with that. Telling the clay who's boss. telling it what I want it to do. Okay, now moving up to my fingers. Now you see this? This is another way to do this and to keep your coil even as you move up and down. Okay. Again, you're not putting pressure on here. All right, you're just rolling, 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 rolling. Keep that Fimo rolling. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. I like that. So yeah, so you see these are about the same thickness coils. This is actually a little thicker. I'm going to roll it out some more. I don't want it to be quite that thick. Okay, now this is getting pretty long. It's getting, you know, kind of long for me to just use one hand. So now I'm going to start using all my fingers, 2 hands. Keep it nice and straight. There we go. A little bit thinner. Okay. I want these first 2 to be about the same. Pretty close to the same. Okay. And this is not an exact science. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, okay? So don't freak out. And even if your coils have a little lump in them, it's fine because we're kind of making lumpy trees anyway, right? Okay, I'm putting those aside. Now I'm going to do the third one. And you'll notice that I also just picked random colors, and it's because I don't care, because I am just going to cover with foil or paint with gold anyway. Now, if you get one of these sets, you know, or you just go buy, you just want to make all green trees, or you just want to make, you know, all white trees or whatever, we'll just, you know, you can just go and buy just that kind of Sculpey and just, you know, make your trees all of that. Okay. All right, there we go. That's a little thinner and I like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. There we go, get them all on camera, okay? I'm gonna start with this one and I'm just gonna coil it. See, I like this too because it's not dry at all. So I think I want this, you know, this base, because the fatter the base, the taller you can go, okay? So I think I'm just gonna go with, it's about the size of a quarter. Now maybe let's go a little bit longer, a little bit bigger. Yeah, a little bit bigger than a quarter I'm going, okay? So this is what I'm going to use the back of this thing for. I'm just going to use that to attach these, and I'm just attaching them by smoothing the inside coil. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. Smoothing the inside coil there, mushing it up to the bottom. See that? Okay, see that? Okay. All right, so we have that attached. So we're just gonna lift this up and lay it on top of that coil. And again, this is the side, this is the end that we made a little bit thinner. Same thing, we're just gonna mush it down, and that's how we're gonna attach it. Try to make it pretty on the outside. I don't care, we don't care too much on the inside, but we wanna try and make our join look pretty nice there, okay? All right, so let's make this a little bit smaller also. Okay, we're gonna join this thinner part to that thinner part. Smooth it. And I'm using this. You can, you know, you could use, I mean, this would work. You could use pencil, you know, side of a pencil, spoon, whatever works, okay? Like I said, I just happened to get that little tool with the clay. Now, what I'm doing also now, I'm not mushing, but I'm pushing a little bit. I like this clay because it's very nice and moist. It's not too moist where it's sticking to your fingers, but it's moist enough where it will stick to itself. So I like that, okay? All right, so here we go. Now, you'll also notice that now I'm making it a little bit smaller. You can see this way, right? As I go up, I've only gone up 2 coils, but now I'm putting this one more on the inside. of the one it's going on top of, okay? All right, smoothing again. Okay, and see, it's not perfectly round, and I personally like that. If you want to make a tree that is, you know, just perfect up and down, you know, you could form this around something until you get to the top, you know. You could probably use like a fat wooden dowel, maybe a spool of thread without the top on it. You know, whatever you can find. So, okay, but I'm good with it being the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna thin this part again a little bit. All right, push that down. There we go. I don't even know why. Okay, so these are our fattest coils because this is the bottom of the tree. Just like when you buy a Christmas tree, the fattest, longest branches are going to be at the bottom. So I'm just smoothing that. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to pop open another color here. Put that aside. Boop. Put it over there. Keep your eye on it. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And pop this one open. You know, you can make rainbow trees too, whatever you want. I mean, it's, you know, it's your Christmas, your art, your stuff. Do whatever you want. That's the beauty of art. You just do whatever you want. Oh, look at that. I think I need to adhere that a little better now that it's been brought to my attention. There we go. And you know, if you want to be extra, you know, cautious too, we can go like this on the inside and, you know, mush things together so that they'll stay together. But, you know, just doing this, I have not had a problem with them coming apart or anything, so I'm not going to take my time doing that. Same thing. And you don't have to cut. I just find it's easier, and you know, it's like you already kind of almost have a ready-made piece of clay that wants to be a coil. Okay, again, using that fat part of my hand to get this started. See how fast it's going? Okay, now this is going to be, I'm going to make this thinner than the previous ones. And so that means that our clay is going to go further because we're not making them quite so fat. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's see, I'm going to test it, see how thick it is. Well, it's kind of about the same. I think I'm going to go a little bit thinner. Okay, I think that's good. Now, because I'm getting longer, I'm just going to roll and attach one more at a time here. So a little bit thinner here. Good. And then you see that I'm not like, you know, real gentle with this stuff. It's really great. Like at first I didn't really like working with it because, you know, I'm a potter and I'm used to using porcelain and, you know, making real clay things. But now I find that it's, you know, its elasticity and everything is pretty cool. I should have thinned this one more at the bottom or at the back, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay. All right. Now I want the next one to be even thinner than that. . 'Cause See that thing behind me? That's called a fan. That's one of the things that keeps you alive in Nicaragua. That and air conditioning. However, in order to cover this in gold foil, I'm going to suffer for you, and I'm gonna have to turn the fan off because the gold foil is super thin and it will just fly away. So know that I love you. All right. Okay, so the first thing you want to do before touching the foil is to just make sure that you want to dry your hands from the clay. I'm just using this, you don't want tackiness or dirt or whatever. I find that the easiest way to do the trees with the foil is just to use a whole sheet. And I'm just gonna, you see I'm gently taking it out of the packaging there, okay? And this is very tacky stuff. So, so I think the best thing to do, we're gonna kind of just like wrap this in the foil, you see? And it's going to break apart in different places as we put it on. So you see I'm just very gently gonna wrap it. Gently applying. And you see I've got a rip there already. That's going to happen because, like I said, it's very, you see, it's very delicate stuff. So here's where the brush comes in. All right, we got some breakage there. Okay, here's where the brush comes in. All right, and now I'm going to cut this part. I'm going to cut it like this. Can I cut it? Nope, I'm just going to rip it. There we go. Easier to just rip that. Okay, now once you get the tree covered in the gold foil, don't worry if you have a couple little spots here and there where the clay is showing through. We don't care about that because, you know, we'll put some doodads there or something. And if you have, you know, fuzzies like this, also don't worry about that because we are going to brush those off after baking. So now you can make a choice if you found your own kind of fun thing to put at the top of your tree. Go ahead and do that. Now, since I've already made one with these big push pins, I just want to play around a little bit, and that's what this should all be. It's just play, right? Okay, so I have these ones here, and I have an idea for them, for these little ones. Sorry about that. There we go. Oh. No, I don't want it like that. Yeah, these could be helpful making sure it stays together too, although you really don't have to worry about that. Ooh, what do you think? Should I have a big one also? Make it like sort of like a crown kind of thing? Not red though, or pink. How about white? Uh-huh. More interesting than just one, right? Maybe we need one more. Not gold. Let's do green. But I don't want it to be like all even. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so just like that, we're going to put this in the oven to bake for 20 minutes at 225 degrees. And when it comes out, we're gonna brush off all this extra gold, okay? And yes, it's just foil, so we can put it right in the oven, okay? I'm gonna move on now, and I'm going to just show you how we can incorporate some of these little gold pieces that we have left over and incorporate them right into the clay. Okay, be right back. Okay, so here we are. We have baked these in the oven at 225 degrees for 20 minutes. And so you'll see on this one, we have some, you know, we still have some, I'm gonna call them gold boogers. We have some little boogers sticking out there, and I'm just using my little brush to knock them off. I knocked a few off already before we went on camera, so that's okay. All right, we're gonna just push those over there, and I'm gonna keep them because we might want to roll them into some more Fimo. Okay, and now you can see this has the little gold flecks in it. Now, I'm gonna do something, you can do this or not, it's entirely up to you. I am going to seal these with a little acrylic medium. You could use like a spray gloss. You could use a varnish, whatever. Maybe you like this tree just flat. The medium is going to put a little gloss on it. I like things shiny, as you can tell. And I'm also going to put some on this gold tree, just to make sure that any other loose clay boogers, or not clay, gold boogers stay on. So I'm going to start at the top here. This is really handy. You have them near your finger here like this. So, oh, my brush is a little stiff. I didn't wash it well enough last night. Okay, now I haven't tried this before. I have applied these cute little doodads, usually with some glue, but I'm now thinking that perhaps as we're putting the gloss on, that perhaps this is a good time to attach some doodads. Now you see I'm using, all right, I'm gonna stick it in the medium. There we go. Okay, so I stuck my knife in the medium to get a hold of this here little doodad. Sorry, I'm looking for the camera. There we go, right there. Okay, and I think that the medium on the tree is going to act like a glue for us. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a little, again, X-Acto knife is a really great tool for just about everything. And as long as I have medium on there, I can go attaching those. Don't want too much because I don't want a big glob of medium clogging up my point. But yeah, here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Put it on the tree where I want it also, just in case that had started drying. Let's get a few more here. Okay, so there we are, our little witchy fingers, or our Christmas trees. There are Christmas trees, but maybe in the autumn I'll come back and they'll be witchy fingers. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed making our lovely little Christmas trees. I'm going to take them off here. One last thing that you can do if you want to is to just use a little dab of this here little Gorilla Glue, or just Elmer's glue, and just put a little dip of it right there where your pins are. And of course, you know, if you have other cool embellishments like little bitty birds or a star that you want to put here that you can, I just didn't happen to find anything like that, and honestly I was just too lazy to make it. So you know, you can put whatever you want up here, and I would just recommend that you glue it with some Elmer's glue, or preferably the Gorilla Glue. These little things are really great, they work well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. There they are again, little Christmas trees, and oh, I could make earrings. No, okay, all right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends to come and make some Christmas trees with you. You could run this video and just have, like, you know, you could host your own little girl wine and Christmas tree party, and you can watch my video and your girls can drink wine and follow me along and make Christmas trees instead of cookies this year. There we go. All right. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We'll see y'all next time.